Welcome back to the Wrasslin Room. I am your hostess with the mostest, Naomi's fetus. And I have with me my co-host who's has ants in his pants apparently. Cause he dancing and shit.
I am the next creative director after Triple H is imminently fired, hopefully in the next 15 minutes.
Oh,
Thank y'all for coming.
all right. Well, and this is again the Wrestling Room. The last time we were here, we had a special guest with us. Shout out to Brittany. That was great. We've been working on a lot of things behind the scenes, getting some stuff done, some websites built, and things like that. Damn, we haven't talked to y'all since October 19th. That's crazy. You'll be fine. Life be busy. We actually was supposed to film last week, but neither one of us got out of the bed to come to my house. So that's why y'all didn't get an episode last week. Literally, like we literally was just like we kept saying, damn, gotta go to my mom's house. Gotta go to my mom's house. Damn, SmackDown about to come on. Niggas is trick or treating. So we just didn't
Oh,
move. So we just didn't move. But we
terrible
did
decision, by the way,
what, to watch SmackDown or to not move?
to watch SmackDown, to not watch SmackDown. Well, to watch SmackDown, because SmackDown sucks.
I don't have an issue with the weekly product. That's I just tune out when it's time for me to tune out. But for the most part, I don't really have any issues with anything. I do feel like the European shows are a lot better than the American shows. I don't know if they just come back home and be like, let's give them mid, but when they're overseas, those weekly shows are amazing, and I want to understand like what's up. If there are they giving them great shows because they're not there as often, or like what the case may be with that? Because I don't understand it.
All I know is that people are turning the TV off when SmackDown comes on a lot more now, and they're under a million viewers, which establishes, which is something that all of us already knew, that Triple H is terrible at his job and needs to be fired immediately. But he won't. Um, but SmackDown is a, from my perspective, just a terrible show to watch. Um, I have little to no interest in anything that happens on the show. It's the same thing all the time. Cody Rhodes is going to come out to address Drew McIntyre again tonight, and then get a new challenger who I can only assume will be Aleister Black or Damian Priest or someone who I don't give a fuck about, currently challenging Cody. But unfortunately, he's the flagship owner um of all the excitement for the show. He's the WWE champion, so a lot of people put a lot of the focus on him to be exciting, but he isn't exciting because, well, multiple different reasons. But I just need this entire show to get like a full like rebrand, but there's no use in like wanting for that because it's obvious they don't even care anymore. And that's the most exhausting thing about all of this is that it seems like we're just talking to talk when it comes down to SmackDown. Raw too, but SmackDown like specifically, it seems like we're just talking to talk when these shows are just progressively getting worse every single week.
Like I stated, I don't really have an issue with the weekly shows. I tune into what I need to tune into, and then I tune out when the fuck it's time for me to tune out. So over the weekend, we had some title change hands and things like that. That's the first time Saturday Night's main event actually was just like, yo, shut the fuck up. Y'all be saying this is a non-canon show and things don't happen, and just for things to happen. Jade Cargill, I don't know if you can see her behind me, is now our women's WWE champion. And CM Punk is now the men's world heavyweight champion. For whatever reason, they didn't have Drew beat Cody. There was no interference from Randy. Things are getting weird. Things are starting to get like extremely weird. And then something about them doing a battle royal to determine Cena's last opponent. And
Tournament.
that starts tournament royale dick suck whatever. When he initially said it, it sounded like he said a 16-man battle royale across all three fucking brands and shit. That's
That would
what
have
it
been more
sounded
fun.
like. Honestly, that's what it sounded like. Because I thought that's what the fuck was gonna happen, and then it just didn't. And then they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna like spin the wheel that we used to bring out for the fucking Rumble that we don't bring out anymore, and we're gonna pick out names, and then y'all gonna wrestle."
God forbid they make a story. They're just gonna just do the tournament and then give it to someone who really doesn't need it, because Gunther's gonna win it 9 times out of 10. And from my perspective, he doesn't really need to retire John Cena. I think you should give it to someone who needs
Carmelo Hayes.
that like moment. I was trying not to say it, but that's obviously the person I was
I mean,
thinking of. But
it would have been perfect had they not did some fucking weird ass lottery for his final match to be in DC for the Mello versus Cena for Cena's last match in TD Garden in December would have been chef's fucking kiss. It would have been beautiful. It would have been perfect. It would have been fucking perfect. Two motherfuckers from the surrounding area and the torch gets passed like it did on NXT when Cena was in Mello's corner. It seems like everybody has forgotten that shit fucking happened.
we didn't forget. Triple H doesn't know or
That's
wasn't
that. That's who
aware.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the fans.
Oh, but when, as I'm saying, we got to start labeling shit the way it is. It's not. You got to say that bald him. Every time something happens, I'm not blaming nobody else. I don't want to talk. It's him. It's only him. I love blaming the fans when the fans do something stupid, but it's only him. It's always only him. That's the most frustrating part about it.
Also, can we get Jeff Cobb away from my precious NFTs?
They're
MFTs?
also not helping shit either. They're not. I don't know what their deal is. Like
They're going
they're
after the tag
also
titles, and Solo's going to get the U.S. Championship back from Ilya.
why? But why? They've had one or two matches since they've come back as a tag team. Talatanga is not even fighting one of the Wyatt Six tonight. He's fighting Ray Phoenix because Ray slapped him last week.
No, he's fighting Ray Phoenix because Ray Phoenix asked to fight him. Not because he slapped him. He asked. He said, "I want you," and then he slapped him.
But why are they fighting? Why is Ray Phoenix randomly fighting the team that's going after the Wyatt Six?
It's not random. He was having a photo shoot. You know how they do their renders and all of that stuff weekly. I don't know how everyone misses that. They were doing it, and then Solo walked over and he was like, "Yeah, Ray, move. I want to take my pictures." And Ray was like, "No,
Oh,
it's
I
my
didn't see that.
turn." And then they jumped him and they whooped his ass. And then, yeah,
So the
that
story
was the week
is
before, actually.
Solo interrupted Ray Phoenix pictures, so now Ray's mad and they're gonna have a match
They jumped him.
during the pictures.
Yes. And I think the photographer kept taking pictures. Somebody go find those, please.
No, don't find those. Leave those alone. I nobody want to see that. I mean, I guess that's what passes for story on SmackDown these days. I guess if someone wants to fight Cody, they should just interrupt his pictures and you get a title shot.
You can tell that Paul Heyman's pen is no longer in SmackDown, and you can tell that Road Dogg is solely writing this fucking show. I don't know what the fuck happened after the show went back to 2 hours, but you feel it. And it don't feel good at all.
It never feels good. It never, ever, ever, ever feels good to watch this show. And it's like that. We're doing photo shoots as stories for matches. We're giving people, as much as I love the whole open challenge thing. I think it's very lazy because you're not telling stories. You're just doing the great match will supersede thing, which 9 times out of 10 it will not, because it's just a match and then we move on to the next week. There's no overarching story with SmackDown. There's no reason to tune in. Oh, we got to see what happens next week. It's just the routine thing.
Also, why hasn't Miz and Mello had a blowout match yet? Why are we still in that
If
vortex?
they're if they're smart, they would have that be one of the tournament matches because Miz wants to fight Cena and Mello should be in the match. So if they're smart, they can kill two birds with one stone and have the blow off match in the tournament match, and then have Mello go over, and we're done here. That's if they were smart. But 9 times out of 10, Melo's gonna fight JC Mateo, and Miz is gonna. Well, I don't know if Melo's in the tournament. We don't know. We got to find out tonight when they roll the Royal Rumble tumbler and see who draws the number to fight. Rolling a tumbler with numbers in it to see the match with names is stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Why is there a tumbler that has the balls with the numbers on them, and somehow, oh, number 12, that means Damian Priest?
No,
How?
no, no, no. There's names in the balls. There's no numbers. There's names in the balls. So they pop the balls open and there's a
Oh,
name.
but they've never used the tumbler for tournaments. They're just using the tumbler now. Any other time, they just show us the bracket. Why are they using the tumbler to make a tournament now?
See, and that's what I'm saying because I really do think, and I could be wrong, but I feel like he said that there was gonna be a 16-man battle royale. I really do feel like he said there was gonna be one on each show. So where the fuck the Tumblr came from is driving me nuts. I'm gonna go find this fucking promo that they played at Saturday Night's main events because it's driving me fucking crazy. Because when niggas was like, "Oh, we're gonna start picking names," I said, "Pick names for what? Throw them in the ring."
That's why I'm saying I don't think they said nothing like that. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch that segment. I just remember when they announced it. But um, I only knew there was going to be a tournament is because that news came out 3-4 weeks ago
No, the
that they were
fuck
planning
it.
on doing a tournament.
No, no, they
Listen, I
didn't.
learned about that from watching a podcast on YouTube.
Oh,
That
I was
told me
finna say
4 weeks
because
ago.
Cena didn't announce that until Saturday
Oh no
Night's
no
main
no no no
event. I was about
no!
to say, what the fuck?
I didn't find it out from them. I didn't. Of course, I never find anything out from the WWE. They never let me find anything out. I find everything else out from other people. I found it out 4 weeks ago on a wrestling podcast, and they said that was one of the creative plans. And then Cena just said it, so I'm like, oh, okay. That's why it wasn't so much of a damn surprise. But I mean, all you have to do is put 16 people in there that either fought Cena or need to fight Cena. 8 past superstars, 8 future superstars. It ain't that hard.
Who the fuck from not from the company is they gonna fucking call? Is what I want to know.
Joe Hendry.
Okay,
That's it. It's not going to be anyone from AEW. It's barely
no
going to
one,
be someone from
no
TNA.
one ever thought it was gonna be anybody from AEW. I don't know why.
It's going to be Joe Hendry because Joe Hendry asked to fight Cena around Slammiversary time. So Joe Hendry may have a match on Raw or SmackDown. Most likely a rematch against Randy Orton. Why? Because we do rematches like we're doing on Monday because they're doing Sheamus and Rusev again with the excuse of, oh, it's a tournament match though. You couldn't have switched the two? Was it that hard to just switch the two? We don't want to see the same matches over and over again. And now you're blanketing that with just saying, oh, it's a tournament match now. We've seen Sheamus and Rusev fight. I don't know how many
Why?
times.
Why did they upload that footage from last year of Kevin Owens giving Randy Orton a fucking power driver? Why did y'all upload that?
No.
Okay. I'm going to the WWE's YouTube channel to see if I can get my answer on my confusion. Um, I, you know, I, so you were saying something about ratings and things of that nature before we started the show. Um, that's these motherfuckers said dislikes on YouTube don't affect booking. So I don't think they really give a fuck about ratings. They just doing what they need to do
Oh,
because they're obligated to do
we
it.
know that. You would think it will, but you would think something like that when they realize, hey, more people are tuning out of our show. Maybe this means try something different. And listen, I can't. I want ESPN and Netflix to get on a phone call with one another, and then call Triple H and both say we're done at the exact same time. So he has to deal with the fact that both of his big multi-million-dollar new era ass deals, all of them collapsed in front of your face, and you realize that this man might be worse than Vince McMahon as far as writing a show. Because I'm never the person that wants Vince back, but damn, we have to find a median between not wanting Triple H and not wanting Vince. Someone else has to be here. Somebody else. Because at this point right now, he I even in the worst days of Vince's creative, was like those last 3 years, the ratings weren't dropping like this. And I know when it was an AEW conversation, ratings don't matter, but when it's SmackDown, people are waking up. Oh well, ratings always matter when you have a TV show, YouTube channel, you have a podcast, a damn anything, a sporting event. If people aren't tuning in to what you're trying to broadcast to people, that means it's boring and or you need to change something. It's very easy to change it. It's yours.
I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. Okay, so it does say 16 man, so I was right. I heard 16 man, but it says tournament to determine
Yeah.
his final opponent. Now, why? Then we just whatever.
That's why, because they were saying the 16-man thing, not on the show, but because they already said that Gunther was going to be the one to do it. So I was like, okay, they're just going to do a tournament, but like they only could do 16 because they an 8-man would have been stupid, and they got to stretch it out until December 13th, which is a little more than a month away now. But
But I was thinking maybe do that. You have the final four of each brand, or final eight. 8 times 3 is
24.
so yeah. Do that and then do the tournament that way. Knock it down. Femdaz, you know.
Or they could have just had Cena come out on Raw next week and then someone attack him, and then you spend this entire month building a fucking story.
So what the fuck is he gonna do for Survivor Series?
Survive. I don't know. I don't know. Fight Dom, I guess, because apparently he's gonna fight Dom for the IC championship, and Dom's gonna give him a low blow because he's a heel. I don't know. There's no direction. Everything is just going. Is just going. There's little to no direction with anything that's happening. So I genuinely don't know how they go about things when it seems like they're just putting a blindfold on and running into traffic. That's the way they book these damn shows, and then typing in the chat GPT and getting their opinion. Because you've already messed up 95% of John Cena's retirement tour. So I'm not inherently mad at the tournament. I'm just mad that there was an easier way to go about this. And I know somehow, some way, they're gonna mess up that tournament. And maybe tonight they're gonna have someone in that tournament that shouldn't be in there. Realistically, Shinsuke shouldn't be in the tournament. Why don't we see Shinsuke and John Cena? Why the idea of that is that in my head in 2025? Sheamus, he's won. Rusev, okay, him and Cena have history, so I'll let that go. I forget who Shinsuke's even fighting though. He's fighting who? Damian Priest. Yeah. Why does Damian Priest need to fight Cena? The former world champion Damian Priest. WrestleMania moment Damian Priest. the babyface Damian Priest. Why would I care about a babyface Damian fighting a babyface Cena in December?
Damien's currently floating any fucking way, so do
He
something
to
with him.
float his ass over to some creative like that. That's like I. All right, this is what we're gonna do right now.
They
I'm,
fumbled the
I'm,
fucking Judgment Day breakup so bad. Because why does that group still exist? The bloodline done broke up, formed a sub bloodline that broke up, and then another sub bloodline has formed, and these motherfuckers still haven't broken up. All they managed to do was kick Rhea and Damien out.
this is what we gonna do right now. All right, I from you. I need you to write down 8 names of superstars that are on the current roster that Cena has either fought with in the past or interacted with in the past.
I have a
I'm
pink pen.
you're gonna be the 8 past superstars, and I'm gonna be the current day superstars.
You said the past.
Yeah, so like people like Sheamus, Punk, Randy. Punk kind of is out of it because he's world champion, so I would assume he's not in it. But I'm going on the roster page right now
Okay.
just to
So
make
you
sure.
said the past. So we got. Then we got injured or not injured niggas, right?
E- Everyone needs to be like active and not
Active
injured.
at the current
Yes,
moment.
yes.
Ooh, you're making me think to give a fuck about John Cena. I might also have to go to the roster page. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah,
Uh,
that doesn't help me. Oh, W Reddit.
mm, there we go. One, two, three, four, five,
Um, Shout out to Reddit for real. No lie, they just gave me a bunch of shit.
6,
You said okay.
7. Uh,
That says
who's a
WrestleMania
lucky
appearance.
number?
That's not what I want. Um. Yeah, that's gonna piss you off.
I need to find one more. I need one more nigga. Damn.
Uh, do 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 do. Why is Trick Williams here? Somebody has something somewhere on Reddit, and it says John Cena's final opponent. It has Braun Breaker, Joe Hendry, Obafemi, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, the Dominic Mysterio, Aleister Black, and Jacob Fatu. All right, y'all niggas just be throwing shit at the wall and picking it up, huh?
Trip Voice is the same thing, so why can't we?
Oh, is everything all right over there? I heard some coughing.
Here's my dad. And this mic is fucking picking up everything. This shit was mad far away.
It sound like he was behind you. Two, three,
Uh,
four. I need. You said 8 people. I need 4 more.
yeah, I got my 8 now.
Uh, ay ay ay.
We gonna make our own bracket the way it should be. So I'm gonna put
If
verses to every person.
only my mouse would do the thing. I actually have 2 phones, so I can also Google this way.
Oh yeah. All right, bet.
Oh,
Let me fix this shit.
okay. Um, that's funny. Okay. You're gonna be mad. One, two, three, four, five. I need three more. Nope. Nope. See what happens when you start firing people?
Yeah.
Y'all make stuff hard. Because I could have totally thrown Big Bob on here.
But ChatGPT thought he really worked for the company, so he may have, somehow showed up on the show.
I'm looking for like a proper feud on here. And again, like I said, this is what happens when you start firing people. Because that makes life hard. What? April 9th, 2017. John Cena defeats Jason Jordan.
That was the dark period. That was the dark period I was talking about. Those were part of the dark days. Yeah,
I
that was where the
just
spiral started. It was only downhill from there.
That's nasty.
It was only downhill from there.
I started back watching what was that? Like May or June 17. I took a nice 5 year break. That was great, you know?
5 years.
Mm-hmm. Should have been longer looking at this foolishness. Again, this is what happens when you start firing people. You know what? Fuck it. We just gonna put niggas he done already had matches with during this fuck ass retirement tour.
That works too.
Cause that was a banger. One, two, three, four, five, six. I need two more. Again, y'all have to stop firing niggas.
Need to make sure their budget's okay.
No, but I'm looking for like a proper feud for real. And no, they don't need to make sure their fucking budget is okay.
Yeah, their multi-billion-dollar budget. They got to make sure it stays at the billion, not at the wherever the fuck is wherever the
The
fuck the
company
margin
that
is.
owns the company is in debt. Like, please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is true.
Uh, this isn't gonna work for me, brother. This they had Cena and Montez had a dark match in 2023 on my mom's birthday. That's crazy. Why is there no footage of this?
They should put dark matches on the Vault channel.
Cause the cameras still be up because they have to broadcast them to
Yeah,
the rest of the arena. But like, damn, like what's up?
I'm sure they have video of everything. Like the one time they did like that big ass 6-man ladder match for the IC championship, and then just never see footage of that.
The live shows are also recorded.
Melo and Javon had that match. Never that was never
Oh
seen
yeah,
live
they
again.
yeah no they both got on Twitter and said if you know you know if you was there you was there. That was Melo's last match in NXT too.
If you know, you know. It's one state out of 49 other ones. Then of course they would be the only ones to know. We don't even have the chance to know. You didn't give
Can
us
I
no
can
like
I
little
can
pay,
I?
little behind the paywall or nothing.
No, not at all. I don't want to
He
put
said
this
no.
man's
He's
name
not
on
getting you.
here at all. That's gonna piss me off. Um, this is so ass, bro. What the fuck? Stop firing your talent.
Who are you looking for?
I'm not looking for someone. I'm looking for someone who's still there that he was in a
Oh,
feud with. That's the problem. Everybody on this list is damn near just not in the company. That's the problem.
go on SmackDown Hotel.
I am on Cage Match actually.
I hate
Um,
that their font be too small. I hate it.
they font be too small. All right, old man. You want my glasses?
I can't read it. It's so fucking small. And I'm like,
You want my
damn.
glasses? No, do you want my
SmackDown Hotel
glasses?
it gives you like the pictures of the superstars. You can see it. Like, damn. Oh my god. It's so damn small.
A lot of his feuds and stuff were extremely repetitive. The one person I would put on there just injured themselves doing a fucking headbutt coast to coast that no one ever asked him the fuck to do. Ah,
He would have been a good person.
I'm gonna just throw this name on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have my 8,
All right,
and it's in
this we gonna
pink.
do.
Can you see that?
So I'm
It's pink.
yeah, it's better than cage match. I'm gonna say my I'm gonna say my wrestler, and then whatever one is like at your number one, we're just gonna match them up like that, and
Okay.
then that's gonna be the 16-person
Oh,
bracket.
God bless.
So my first person is Carmelo Hayes.
Randy Orton.
Carmelo versus Randy first match. Okay, we can do that. Did that happen before? Yeah, Melo beat him. Melo rolled him up.
They had 3 matches, I believe, that after that. The well, like in general. Okay.
All right, that's gonna be one of the rematches, even though I hate rematches. We're gonna let it slide for now. Obafemi.
The Miz.
Oh, yep. Thank you. Get his bitch ass out of here. Uh, Braun Breaker.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory. Is he alive? I didn't see that dude. I'll let you go, but damn. Drew McIntyre.
Roman Reigns.
That would be crazy on SmackDown. See, man, we're already doing better than Triple H, man. L.A. Knight, yeah.
Solo Sokoa.
Oh dear God. Yeah, back to rematches. Fucking Saudi Arabia special. Montez Ford.
AJ Styles.
Oh,
I want to see some
that,
flips and dips.
that sounds
Somebody
like
make that feud,
Thunderdome.
please.
That sounds like Thunderdome Raw to me. I don't know why. Obafemi.
Thought you said Oba already.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Fuck, I wrote that shit twice. What I need to put in there? What I need to put in here? Put Oba twice. I mean, I think he should be in here twice. Shit.
Real?
Uh, who the fuck did I put in? Did I look at someone and put Oba instead?
That's so real. Oba twice?
Didn't mean to do that.
Where the fuck is he? He ain't
I
been
don't
on
know.
TV since he lost to young Ricky Starks.
Uh, fuck it. Let's put um. Damn, this is kind of tough.
I love that we're
For me, it does.
brainstorming on
Yeah.
the fly because this is good shit. This is the
Yeah.
writers' room.
Oh, I'll put Javon in there. Fuck it.
So you said Javon,
Yeah.
Ron Killings,
Oh my goodness. And then last but not least, Trick Willie.
Kofi Kingston.
Okay. So what I'm going to do
I just
to
picked
prevent
someone from
rematches.
the New Day because they popped up on that list several times for 3 man, well, 6-man tag matches. So I just picked one member out of the New Day. Go ahead and take care of that, and I'm sure they have history from when Kofi was Jamaican, which is he's still trying to portray on television.
So we got Mello
I mean,
versus
well,
Randy,
Twitter. Mm-hmm.
Oba versus Miz, Braun versus Theory, Drew versus Roman, Knight versus Solo, Tez versus AJ, Javon versus Ron, Trick versus Kofi. So I'm gonna try to prevent rematches, and I'm going to, even though this is a 2011 as rematch, I'm gonna put Mello and Miz at the top, and then put Oba versus. You said Randy, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna do LA Knight versus Tez, and then Solo versus AJ.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What?
I switched Tez and Solo spot.
Montez was on your list?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's the only rematch I have on here is Drew versus Roman, but I think that's a very good rematch to have on there.
Yeah.
Now, how are we gonna figure out who wins the bracket? Could the bracket stay now? The bracket is Carmelo and Miz, Oba versus Randy, Braun versus Theory, Drew versus Roman, Knight versus Tez, Solo versus AJ, Javon versus Ron, and Trick versus Kofi.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to ChatGPT. We might have to put it in now.
Oh no! Oh no! This is what it is. Oh no!
I'm joking. I don't.
No, I mean try it. I mean at this point, because if I book it, I'm going to use my bias to book it.
Okay.
Because if
I don't see the issue with that. This is what I'm saying to you.
because if I do Mello and Miz, Mello goes over.
Okay.
Oba versus Randy, Oba goes over.
Okay.
Braun versus Theory, Braun goes over.
Mm-hmm.
Drew versus Roman, Roman goes over.
Okay.
Because I would love to see Roman versus Cena again, but I'm not. That's not my end game. Um, Knight versus Tez. Knight versus Tez. Yeah, carry the four. Uh, fuck.
While you're working on that, right? So what I'm going to do, because I am the graphic designer here, I do everything you guys see for the wrestling room is all me, right? I'm looking for the current SmackDown match template, right? I'm on DeviantArt. That's where, when I do my match cards for YouTube, that's where I get them from. I typed in SmackDown match card, and a fan made poster for WrestleMania 42 pops up, and it says a triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Can you guess who the fuck is in this match?
Probably not. And I'm horrified for you to tell me. 'Cause I know it's going to be some foolishness.
Roman Reigns, Jimmy, and Jey Uso.
See, bro. I decided to pick Montez Ford. It's a nasty fucking move.
So Montez is gonna be Cena's final opponent. Is that what you're saying to me?
No. He just beats LA Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I should
AJ
probably
beats
write this
Solo.
down.
I got
So
it written down too because I'm getting down to the 8 now. Devon versus Ron. I probably put Devon over. Cause we already seen Truth and Cena. And then Trick versus Kofi. Trick.
who's going against AJ?
AJ beat Solo. I got my final 8 now.
Wait, hold on. Pause. I
My
thought
final 8 is
I thought that we were taking, like, whoever was on my list goes against whoever was on your list. So how do we get AJ versus Solo?
because I said AJ. I think. Wait, who said AJ? Yeah, I
So
said AJ. I said AJ.
I said AJ. AJ Styles is written right here on this paper.
How did we get to AJ Solo?
So you just said fuck Austin Theory is what I'm hearing here.
No, because
What did you
Theory and Braun were fighting, and then Braun
what is your list? What do you have over there? So you have Randy versus who?
Oba.
Obafemi. And then it's Miz versus Mello.
Yeah.
Theory versus whom?
Braun.
Breaker.
Yes.
Breakker. Okay. Roman and Drew.
Yes.
Solo
And AJ.
versus how? I have
I
AJ
don't
Styles
know.
on my paper.
How do we get this solo with AJ? I switched. I had LA Knight and Tez before that, but then I switched to opponents because I think I had yeah, I know what happened because I had Solo versus LA Knight, and
Okay.
I didn't want that to go down because that was a rematch, so I flipped them. That's what happened. That's how we landed with two of your picks. Yeah, okay, yeah, because I flipped it, so now it was my pick versus your pick, so I flipped it too.
Okay, so AJ. And then we're going to cross out AJ's name on my list. And then we're going to put Knight versus Tez.
Yes. After the flip, the next two matches were Knight and Tez, and then Solo and AJ.
Board. So I have to remember this because it will flash on the screen. All right. So that
There's
it.
two more. There's two more.
Okay. What are the.
We're only at six matches.
Okay. One, two,
Uh,
three. I want you to do math.
wait, one, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, six.
How? I have 8 matches over here. You said Randy versus Oba, Mellow Miz,
Yeah,
Theory Braun,
yeah,
Roman Drew,
yeah.
Sokoa Styles,
Okay,
Knight Ford,
okay.
Killings Evans,
Oh, I
Kingston
forgot I told you about
Williams.
that. Okay, no, you're good. I forgot I told you that one too.
Oh, good Lord Jesus, have
We're
mercy.
good. We're good. See, this is what needs to be happening in the creative room. So we got to work through all the kinks here. You know what I'm saying? This is when the conversations, learning things and writing things down. That's what Triple H needs to do.
So once we get past these, then that creates what? The final bracket of.
That we make it to our final eight after
Okay.
that 16.
So
Now,
top that turns into a bracket, no?
yes,
Okay.
or we can make that into a well. I'm not. Never mind. Don't, no, 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 no. We ain't got enough time for that. That's
Two,
stupid.
three, four. Okay.
So then, cause the way I wrote it here, the bracket will end up being Mello versus Oba, Braun versus Roman, Tez versus AJ, and then Javon versus Trick. And then that would get us to the next four.
You said Tez, AJ,
Yeah,
and then Javon Trick.
yeah, Javon Trick. Yeah,
Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay. And then that breaks itself down kind of easy, no?
yeah. We get to the final four, and then we can do a 2-2 thing, and then they end at one, like one final match, or we can do a fatal four way. Which I mean, I don't think I would do that because if we're trying to stretch this out for the weeks, then we gotta make enough matches for the week. So, Mello versus Oba, who goes over?
Ooh, that's hard. Um,
Oh man, I'll be standing on my bed for that match. That'll be
honestly,
fun.
truthfully, biting a pillow. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um,
Whoa.
I really do want to see Mello versus Cena. So I would put Mello over.
Okay, I'm fine with either one. Both of them, I'm fine. All right, so Mello is a part of the final four. Braun versus Roman.
Ooh, Spear versus spear.
The Rock.
Um, I don't know if I want to see Braun and Cena though. Like I'm visioning like the matches as like a whole, like who I would actually want to see in the ring with a retiring John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And however, it for me it would be Roman because I didn't see that match between those two, and I'm not gonna go back and watch it. I'm just not gonna do that. That's not just something in my bones. Um, so that Roman would be my pick.
Okay. Montez and AJ.
Um, so we're picking Roman, right?
Yes.
Okay. Between Tez and that match was gonna be so good, bro. Oh my god. Like just thinking about it, that match would be so fucking good. However, Cena has had matches with both of these men. Somebody on the internet, please post that footage of Cena versus Montez, please. I need to see that dark match. I do. I really need to see it. That sounds like it was fucking fire.
You're
Um,
lucky.
but that would be my choice. That I would like to see Montez versus Cena because we just got an amazing match between AJ and Cena, and I don't think that doing it again, even with a fantasy booking, we would get what we got in that last match. And that was at Palooza, correct?
What?
Cena versus
It,
Styles?
no, Cena and Styles was a crown jewel.
Crown Jewel. Okay. Oh, damn. We was up early for that. They was fighting like
Yeah.
that at 8 o'clock in the morning. God bless.
That shit was crazy.
Okay, so Montez Ford, Evans,
Yes.
and Williams. Now
And
we've seen Javon in the ring with legends. We've seen him go toe to toe with Randy. That aside from that missed spot for the cutter RKO spot, which they still ended up doing. Aside from that, that's probably one of my favorite Javon matches because they've shown that they trust him to be in those places.
mhm.
Trick hasn't really gotten those opportunities, but we've had seen him have on-screen interactions with Cena, which is what kind of caused the fallout between him and Mello. But I'm thinking about the top four as a whole and in-ring ability and who can do what, where, and what spots can be done to make that match fire if we are gonna do a fatal four way instead of it being a two on like the last two because Roman against whoever is between these two is not gonna be fair. So I do feel like a fatal four way is the best way to go with that. So and with everybody else's ability here, I 100% would like to give that to Javon over Trick.
All right. So our final four will end up being Carmelo Hayes, Roman Reigns, Montez Ford, and Javon Evans.
Okay.
But this is where we get really black. Okay. Because we have three black men in this final bracket and one Samoan chief. Okay.
Okay.
We got Mello and Roman, and then we got Tez and Javon. I'm putting Mello over Roman Reigns in the middle of the damn ring. I'm pinning his ass. I would love to see Montez and Roman fight again as well because I talk about that match a lot because it's a very on that app that no one uses anymore. Remember the app the what's it called? The wrestling fans made the app and it was like you could put like your favorite match. I forget what it's called. It's still on my phone.
The,
It's
the
on
the
my phone.
ranking thingy, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is one of the matches I love that damn match. That match is fucking awesome. Vince McMahon cared about Montez Ford more than Triple H. I just wanted to say that. Um, But yeah, I'm having Carmelo Hayes pin Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring in the main event of Friday Night SmackDown, and then Melo goes on for the final to fight Cena. But who? But and then Melo versus Montez versus Javon. Who wins?
Oh, that match gonna be so bouncy.
That match would be very
Ooh,
nice. I would enjoy that very much.
they're gonna be jumping all over the place. That's like putting Tigger versus Tigger in a bounce house. That's crazy.
No one has ever said that sentence in the history of like niggatry has ever said.
They're gonna be bouncing off the fucking wall. That match is gonna be so good. Um, ooh, it's all about how you want to see that final two to go on to fight Cena because it
Yes.
can go either way. I do believe that Tez needs that moment because he hasn't really had time to shine as a solo star outside of what was that elimination chamber, or was that elimination chamber in that rumble, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to Tez. I'm gonna give it
So
to
our
Tez.
final match would end up being Carmelo Hayes versus Montez Ford, which to me is WrestleMania. That's WrestleMania for the Undisputed Championship to me. But that would be the final match, and then the winner. I think me and Lisha can agree that it probably would be Carmelo Hayes to beat Montez
Correct.
Ford, and then Melo fights Cena in front of Donald Trump. So yeah, now y'all saw how long that took. That took about 20 minutes, 15 maybe,
It's 2 o'clock now.
and we just booked the Cena uh the way it should be, the Cena retirement tournament bracket generator chat GPT match thing.
I didn't ask ChatGPT a fuck thing.
Oh, okay, no, no chat GPT. Chat TWR. It shouldn't have took me that long to remember the letters, but
Yeah,
we
I
going.
I was just like,
I
yeah,
had to think for a second. I almost said TWB. It's been a lot of shit.
wrong show, you
I'm
know.
on a lot of things with letters. I'm on a lot of shows with like acronyms and shit. It's fucked up. But and then I would have I would-
What you thinking about?
Carmelo Hayes pins John Cena.
Pass the torch.
Even though it would absolutely destroy my soul to see Cena get pinned in like for his last match, I think everyone should retire like the same way Sting retired. I think that's like a perfect retirement. Sting's retirement. That's one thing I'll give AEW a fucking high five on. That was very close to perfect, and I'll take it. But
Why? Fans. I love you guys down. Y'all are some of the most creative people in the world. But can y'all stop with these posters? Why am I looking at Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles at a Halloween Havoc? Please cut it out. Cut it out. Stop.
no,
Stop doing that. I'm gonna take your Photoshop away.
but just right there, two people just booked a retirement tour that Triple H and 8 other people in that goofy ass room probably are going to do a terrible job of continuing to book as these weeks go on. So as these weeks go on, I want y'all to remember, you're listening to this right now. There's nothing that Triple H will be able to cook better than what we just did. That's what I think. Because he's already starting off bad by having two people being Damian Priest and Shinsuke that should not be in this damn tournament to begin with, and they're taking up spots from LA Knight and Braun. Let's just take them from Raw because they're both on Raw. You feel me? Those are two people that should be fighting and winning to move on in the tournament. But you got, Sheamus and Rusev, like I said, Sheamus and Rusev, I understand that because both of them have history with Cena. So that's a good one. That's a good job. But Damian and Shinsuke should be nowhere near this. And I know tonight is gonna have like it's gonna have who Who you think is gonna be the two matches that they do tonight? Because in my
Well,
brain
the
they
two
put
that
different relevance.
the two that they announce.
Yes,
Ah,
they're not gonna fight until next week apparently. So I have no reason to watch SmackDown
yeah,
tonight again.
everything starts next week. With the two matches on Monday, and then they're gonna. But that's the thing too. Did they do anything on NXT? Did they like spin a wheel for any matches on NXT?
I don't
Because
know. I didn't watch NXT.
Ava said that she had to get on a call with with Aldis and Pierce to see who from NXT would be in the tournaments, but they didn't spin anything. So that's where I'm a little lost at. Just a tad bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, as far as I see, they're not telling us anything about that.
Okay. Well, that's poopy.
Oh wait, let me fix what I said earlier. Sheamus and Rusev aren't fighting. They're not having their first match. My brain immediately assumed that Sheamus and Rusev are both going to win their matches to get to the rematch of Sheamus and Rusev. That's my bad. Sheamus and Rusev is not the first bracket match. Sheamus is fighting Shinsuke. I mean, Sheamus is fighting Damien, and Shinsuke is fighting Rusev. But I already just moved Shinsuke and Rusev on because um I already moved Sheamus. I got too much fucking SHs in my damn head. Sheamus and Rusev are moving on to the next round.
Okay.
Damien and Shinsuke are going to lose. That's what I think. Because Damien and Shinsuke should not be in this tournament to begin with. That was fucking my brain up. But either way, we're gonna make our way to Sheamus and Rusev and having a rematch. So I just skipped a week. But either way, they shouldn't be having that match. I just there's no reason for rematches to be anywhere in this bracket if you take the time to like we just did and make sure that at least if there's going to be one rematch, depending on how big it is. Like Drew and Roman, I think is a rematch that people would like to see. Because the last time they fought was what Crown Jewel, I think.
Solo debut,
When
no?
Roman, yeah, I think that was the last time Drew and Roman had a one-on-one match. And plus, who would say no to having Roman fight on Raw or SmackDown? I wouldn't. I think that was his best work when he was doing weekly shows. You know, I think some of the best matches in his title run were on SmackDown and Raw. You feel me? But he don't do that anymore because he's what I'm saying. But I think that would be a great way to do it. And how do you feel about babyface and heel versus heel matches? Because
It
I have a
doesn't
very strong feeling towards it.
it doesn't bother me. I don't, if there is a feud there, and they build it correctly, it doesn't bother me whether the matches are heel versus heel or face versus face. But in some cases, a heel is required for certain matches. Like Cody versus Cena for WrestleMania, a heel was required in that story. However, that match was ass. So when they did it again for for SummerSlam and it was face versus face, I kind of wish that Cena would have turned after the match when Brock came out, but it kind of worked out in that way because once Brock came out, he was already face because he had turned that night before. Well, not the night
Mm-hmm.
before, but because that match was Sunday, so he had turned on Friday.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your thoughts?
No, I just think wrestling is about good guy versus bad guy. It's just like if your wrestling show doesn't have that, at least I don't want to watch. Like I just think that 95, if not 100% of all of the matches and or feuds you do should be good guy versus bad guy. It doesn't really matter who goes over if you're trying to tell a story, but I don't like when they put huge babyface versus huge babyface because who's the crowd gonna cheer for and who's the crowd gonna boo? That's one of the reasons why I hated Jay and Punk because they're two massively over faces and they're fighting, so the crowd gotta pick one. And when you pick one, you gotta boo the bit. You know what I'm saying? And heel versus heel. And if there's some dastardly 2009 Randy Orton heel versus 2009 CM Punk, who are you gonna pick? You
I
gotta pick
understand.
in the match. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're putting the crowd these days are bots anyway. So putting them in a position where you're not giving them direction on what to do, you're already fucking your show over. To me,
You say that again. You motherfuckers
what?
piss me off real bad. Like y'all are the crowds are I
Yeah, and
hate weekly crowds, bro. Oh, y'all are disgusting.
I'm gonna say his name now. Content creator, the star before time Zay, decided to tell me and TJ Gatsby, also content creator, that wrestling fans or WWE fans haven't changed in the last 10 to 15 years, which is the most crazy statement I've heard in a
Asinine.
while. Because there's no way on
Well,
creation.
he has forming CTE. So
I don't care what letters he has. If you're talking about if you're talking about current day WWE, to me, and this kind of is morphing into what I one of my reasons why the whole J thing is as troubling as it is. If people are paying $800 minimum to get into these shows to get good seats, they're paying all of this money. Shit, 500 minimum. If they're paying all this money to get into a Raw or SmackDown, I'm a cheer for everyone that comes out there because I want to get as much out of my money as possible. I just took off of work, or I just got off work. I just got the kids from school. I just did something. I'm sacrificing some of my time and my money for this. I don't care who comes out. I'm jumping up when I see the good guys. I'm cheering. When I see the bad guys, I'm booing real loud because I want to feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Especially when the product doesn't match the price. If it was even like it used to be, it'll be a different thing. Now I feel like every show I go to, I'm gonna have to, even though I plan on realistically not going to another show like after if we go to Cena's retirement, like actually go in that arena, that's gonna be like my last one because it's like, what's the point? I don't understand why I'm paying 500 minimum for quality that is 200 minimum or 200 maximum. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting my money's worth for any of the shows, so it's like if I'm going, I'm cheering as much as I can. I'm booing as much as I can because I need to get that return on my investment. I ain't getting the money back, so I need to at least give my brain the illusion of fun, even if I'm bored out of my mind. But that's where the problem comes in because they don't do a very good job of making the shows fun. So you're kind of forcing the fans to make it fun for themselves, and that's where you land where you see the crowd jumping up and yeeting and stuff for Jay, but then the match starts and they start booing him because they're not. It's not so much of the conversation of like, oh, the internet fans aren't real. No, 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 no. Every fan is real, but fans at home have um different responses to what's happening in the crowd. I highly doubt there's 10 people at home screaming "We want tables" to a TV because they can't hear you. So what you saying that in your room, you in the house saying "We want tables"? They don't know if you want tables. They can't hear you through the TV. But in the crowd, they're saying "We want tables." There's difference. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
If there's 15,000 people in the crowd going like this, 9 times out of 10, if there's some 40-year-old dude watching at his job, he's not eating in his booth. He in the cubicle. You think he's waving his hands up and down while his boss is walking down the hallway? No, he's not. He would probably get fired or ask, "What the hell are you doing, sir?" That's the difference. There's a difference in how fans react to things if they're watching on TV or if they're watching at home. It doesn't really invalidate one or the other, but just because a superstar is well loved in the arena does not mean the people who aren't watching, you know what I'm saying, in the arena are going to have the same interpretation because they're not having the same experience. It's two different experiences. You know that's why we get ourselves into these situations of having superstars that are so loved, in the ring, But when it's time to talk about other things that don't immediately equate to what's happening on the show, you lead to a difference in opinion. It doesn't mean any of them are wrong. It just means that you're having two different you're watching the show in two different ways, and even three different ways. That people just only watch by clips. Some people just do that. That's kind of where I'm falling into.
That's how you got here.
Hmm?
That's how you got here. The former hosts of this show was coming in and doing weekly recaps with me and telling me on the show, I'm not watching weekly, I'm only watching clips. So they were spewing wrong information because they weren't getting full contexts of things, but they were watching the full out PLEs with me because we were group watching in a Discord. So they would get the full effect of that. But as far as the weekly, they were only watching clips and then verbally saying, I didn't watch the show this week. I only watched the clips.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like well, in this current product, I have a very hard time doing both of those things, watching the show and watching the clips, because I'm like, I end up seeing the clips on social media and stuff like that, but I don't go on WWE.com and type in top 10 moments from Raw. I don't watch those. I hate that because it's just fragments of shit. If I don't care about Raw that week, I'm not learning about Raw unless someone tells me or if I see it in passing. You know what I'm saying? But I very rarely go on YouTube and type in, I do that for AEW because I really don't watch. I'm more disassociated from AEW watching weekly than I am from Raw and SmackDown, if that even like equates, because I only watch the pay per views from beginning to end because every weekly show is boring as fuck to me now, and I wish it wasn't, but that's the only way I can stay involved with what's happening. With Raw, I tend to watch the beginning to see what they do in the beginning, and then I watch at the very end. I watch the opening segment from Raw, and I all the other matches on the show were rematches and goofy ass I don't care matches, and then I waited to the end to see another rematch, the Bronze in the main event of Raw. Woo, riveting, taking on Knight and Goose, and then I see goofy ass Logan Paul come out there. What happened?
So again, still searching, you know. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, 12 fan made posters for Cena's last match.
Oh no.
Do you want to hear the matchups that aren't any of ours?
I guess.
Cena versus Drew, Cena versus Rusev, Cena versus El Grande Americano, Cena versus Trickwood. Hello?
Hmm?
I looked back over to my other monitor and you were looking at me complete opposite.
Yeah, I was trying to find something else. I was trying to find reasoning for that another ass match you said. Cena in America.
Cena versus Trick Williams, Cena versus Ricky Saints, Cena versus Ilya Dragunov, Cena versus Joe Hendry, Cena versus Yeet Man, Cena versus the Tribal Chief, Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. You have Cena versus Gunta, and the last one is Cena versus Cope.
In a perfect world. In a perfect world. I only heard like two or three egregious ones, but I mean, at this point, it's I don't know. I
I want
don't
to know
know.
where this picture of Trick is from because it's really nice. I need that.
I don't. It's too much, man. It's too much.
Oh, I know what I want to scream and yell about. Can y'all leave AJ Lee the fuck alone?
Ain't she on like a book tour or something?
My thing is this, y'all expected so much, which is why this is another reason why I didn't want her to come back. Y'all are saying, oh, she came back, she did this one match, and she hasn't done anything since. She had other obligations prior to getting on that particular show to help her husband who was being jumped by another husband and wife, right? So she also has other obligations outside of the WWE that were already put in place prior to her signing that contract for what I believe to be that one particular match. Y'all the ones that ran around and said that she signed a full-time contract. No one ever told y'all that. So, um she did what? Her 3 appearances, her match, and she gone. Peace out. She has a comic book, an actual book, and a bunch of conventions to do. One in which is next weekend. That I'm pretty sure we're going to be at. Okay? Get off of her nuts. This is exactly why I was fully against her coming the fuck back. Because y'all have not changed. At all. Y'all expected her to be in the ring like Nikki Bella? She got shit to do.
I don't want anyone to be in the ring like Nikki Bella. They're not using him the right way. She should already been a heel by now. I don't want to see babyface Nikki Bella. I'm sorry. The fact
She's
they're
not
trying
she's
to
not a
do
good
that.
baby face, but you know, it is what it is. We're here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They got to turn her now. I'm
They need
tired
to
of
turn
this.
Roxanne too, because she was never a good heel. She was never a believable heel either. But yet we're still here with that too.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sitting down on the couch talking about some go out there and help. Girl, what the fuck he listening to you for?
Like help what? They ain't helping shit.
Ben still don't fuck with this nigga. Like I don't understand what y'all don't understand.
I want someone. I want someone to like pay as much attention to like. I I don't think anyone has devotion to something the way Triple H has devotion to pushing the Judgment Day story along as long as he's been doing that shit. He's locking into that story for some reason. I don't know why. Meanwhile, I don't know 10 people that are fully invested into what's happening in the Judgment Day unless it involves Liv Morgan, which I'm waiting for. That's the only reason why I'm somewhat involved into what they're doing because I'm worried about when Liv comes back, which I can only assume will be at the Rumble and hopefully to win the Rumble.
I'm only saying that because she was outside yesterday.
No, she was always my pick to win the Rumble. I think she should come back at number 30 and she can finally stop being the runner up. They've had to be the runner up for 4 out of the 5 Rumbles, I feel like.
Was she not
Maybe
30 last year?
I don't remember. I don't care if she was. She got to be 30 again.
I'm talking about 2024.
Was she 30? No, Nikki was, right?
That was 2025. I said 2024. I
Oh,
swear she had that last spot last year because she returned from I don't know, that other shoulder injury that she had.
I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, she got to come back and be number 30.
She can't keep coming back at 30.
Why?
She can't keep
Why
coming
not?
back at 30.
Why? Why? Why can't she? Who else gonna come at number 30? Who?
AJ.
Hey,
Since y'all want, no, you didn't let me fucking finish. Since y'all want her to come to work so fucking bad, let her come back at 30 so y'all can shut the fuck up.
She just said, "Hey, run the camera back." She just said that AJ is may.
Because you didn't let me fucking finish what the fuck I was saying.
You prefaced your statement. That's why you said she was doing one match. Rumble 2 matches.
2026 is also a new year. That means new year, new contract. We don't know what the fuck she signed, but what I'm saying is she has other obligations. These people are forcing her to come back to TV literally the next week. Punk wasn't even on TV after they fucking won that goddamn match. He didn't come back for 2 weeks. What the fuck has got shit to do? That ain't entertaining y'all asses because y'all are unfucking grateful. Anyway.
I think if I went out there cutting a promo about therapy and the crowd started chanting therapy, therapy, I probably would have retired again. But at the same time, I can't fully blame the fans for wanting AJ to be there because there was no verbal thing said to us letting us know that AJ wasn't going to be there on a consistent
Boy,
basis.
fuck y'all.
Because
Like, what?
listen, I understand that, but again, everything else is told to us verbatim, so I can't be mad at the fans for expecting something that they weren't even being told about. No one gave us the like, you know how when people come back at the Rumble, like if Booker T comes back at the Rumble, we know Booker's not going to be on weekly television. He's just there for the Rumble appearance. With AJ, even in her first promo, she said, I'm paraphrasing, but she said something like, I don't know, I think she says it on like Instagram or something, but she said like, this run is for us. This run is for y'all.
Yeah, she ran and she went home to Larry.
That wasn't a run. She had one match in
She
these
ran
promos.
and she went home.
That see, that's not see you being
Ran.
facetious. That's not what I'm saying.
She
A
ran.
run would establish that she's having at least 5 matches, maybe 3. And if you're feuding with the women's IC champion, you would be left to assume that she was, after beating her at the Palooza, you would assume that the next feud will be AJ
Loser is
defending
correct.
that
Oh, sorry.
championship. I don't know anyone who was like, "Yep, Maxine Dupree, she's next up." And thing is, they've ran that match how many times?
This would be the third time. The first time wasn't for a title.
I don't want to see them wrestle anymore. I don't care if it's for the title or not. Why
I don't
not see
think
them
that they.
again?
Did Becky say that they were going again on Monday? I didn't hear
She
that.
alluded. She got up on the broadcast
She
table and
got on
said
the
Maxine.
broadcast table and was upset and started screaming. Why am I looking at
Oh
a
wait,
bunch of
no.
pictures of Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, they are fighting again. Because Maxine had a segment backstage where her and Becky have another match, but Maxine said that she wasn't ready for it yet. So when she comes back, they're gonna fight again.
Why? Why am I? I'm looking for renders because you know this is what I do. Why the fuck did I see a trail photo of the New Day with the fucking Grayson Waller? Y'all,
Because he's in a New Day now,
no,
apparently.
he's not.
I know he's not, but he is. That's what Triple H is telling me. So I mean, I know he's not, but he is.
Piss me off.
I'm on your side. I just
Oh,
wish
look it's Jeff. He looks so nice.
that's another thing that sucks. But hey, doesn't everything suck these days?
No comment. I'm gonna make these
No
posters
comment.
when we're done with the show because I do think that this was very productive. I do like not having a full recap show and we just like go off and just start doing shit. Um
I never want to recap
this
anything.
this is this is great. You see my little bracket right here? It's cute.
Ah,
You
you did a whole little Venn diagram. Okay, that's pretty nice.
So that's gonna be fun. Do you have anything else you want to talk about this week? Mercedes Monet and Athena. Did you see what the fuck them hoes is over there doing in AEW?
I saw Harley Cameron pin Athena, and I was like, oh, that was crazy.
No, I. That's not what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers is they got tag team moves,
That's cool.
right? And
Uh,
it seems like Mercedes is kind of like adopting Athena's style, like gear wise. Like she's doing like the little grungy like like punk rocker kind of thing. And it's working. It looks really fairly good on those two. But I want those bitches to feud. Stop all
well,
this friendly
Mercedes is going
shit.
for number 13.
Well, if they put the tag titles on those two, I know something's up.
Who?
Athena and Mercedes.
No, they lost. It's over.
Oh, so
Harley and
they're out
Willow
of
won.
they're okay, so they're
Yeah.
out of that. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Probably
Um
gonna go to either TJ or freaking Willow and Harley, from what I saw.
AEW, can y'all sell the puppet please? So she can like go
Oh,
sit up here next to Tony because Tony is the only AEW thing back here.
yeah,
Thanya,
definitely should have been selling that puppet months ago.
long time ago when it first happened. Um,
That would have been on WWE Shop in the next 10 minutes.
immediate. You seen how fast Demonito was up? The fucking
They
show
put
wasn't even off, and he was already up there. $100.
they put the singlet on the shop.
That's from a third
A
party
Blondie
company,
Raquel
though.
sing. I don't. Who's
Yeah.
buying the singlet? Someone's gonna wear it. I'm gonna see someone wearing that singlet in the next year, and I'm gonna get really angry. You walking outside with a singlet on is crazy. You're not wrestling. You in the crib. Well, you're in the chair with a singlet on, watching the show. Why are you wearing a singlet, sir? I don't want to see you pull your straps down.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
um,
the merch site is getting a little scary out there. Again, congratulations to Jade Cargill on, winning her title. Lafayette had some choice words on his Instagram story, but I think we all kind of feel the same way. I don't want to see this run be a fuck ton of squash matches. Y'all did that with her debut. Now it's time for her to wrestle. But if y'all are gonna have her do squash matches, there are certain people that just need to be put in the dirt. I'm just saying. Tiffany Stratton to the back of the line. You will never touch that title again. 302 days is fucking insane. Insane. And I hope that now that you don't have the title, you start wrestling again. Because NXT Tiffany and WWE Championship Tiffany Stratton is two different bitches. And I can't fuck with it.
she managed Charlotte to shake her up again to get her back in. Charlotte was hitting her for real WrestleMania. That shit was kind of crazy. I like that match. People say that match was bad.
That
I enjoyed
that
that.
match was fucking baddies 2.0. Like they started out with actual fists.
I that's what I want to see.
That
That's
shit
what I
was
want to see.
ghetto.
Bring beef back. See, this is what I be talking about. Wrestling they don't be mad at each other no more. I want to hear all this respect. And I don't want to hear none of that no more. I want to see him get mad. I want to see him hit him for real. That's what I'm talking
She
about.
Charlotte said Joe nigga wanted me, and they started throwing
Yeah,
blows, and
yeah.
and apparently that could have been true because they ain't together no more. So
Hey, listen. Whatever happens when the bell rings, I don't care about their relationships. I don't care who they kissing. Still, Ew, don't tell me about that. Fuck that. I want to see you punch someone in the face. This is what this shit should be about. Bring it back to the gutter, nigga. Fuck this hugging shit. I'm tired of it. Every week I see someone shaking hands and say, "Oh, that was a good match." No, punch him. What are we doing? It's a combat sport. Imagine if every UFC fight ended with, "Oh, that was a good one. You really knocked the shit out when you broke my nose." Yeah, you got me.
there
No,
was
bro,
there
get that
was
shit
an
out.
update on Bianca that was posted, but I don't think that anybody else. It was posted behind a paywall. I don't think anyone spilt the beans. And that makes me really sad because I would like for things to happen. Um,
Only update I want to know is like her music playing when I'm watching the show. I don't. I can't handle anything else. Anything else is gonna make me angry.
she's having her celebration. I hope this week.
Celebration for what?
I'm talking about Jade.
Oh, I think that trope needs to end too.
What
Championship
celebrations?
celebration. Yeah, because it always
Well,
makes it
that the
irrelevant.
next the next opponent is just gonna appear. That's the whole point.
If it's not Jax, I'm gonna kick my monitor off
I
my
would
TV.
hope that it's not because there's no reason for it to be Nia Jax. She's also at the back of the line. Um,
Who else is on that roster for Jade to challenge if it's a
it's
new
they
talent?
said they calling two people up, so let's do it.
Who they calling up?
Ah shit, who knows?
Oh no, oh no. It's gonna be Ren Sinclair. Who possibly could they call up for
Why
Jade
would
to
you
beat
piss
her?
me off like that? We were having such a great show.
It's not me. It's them. I would love for them to call Lash up. That would be
What
great.
we
That
have
would be
not been
entertaining.
talking about is how the WWE let go of Scarlett and Karrion Cross and then proceeded to give their gimmick to Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
I
Oh wait,
know.
she just goes by Zelina now. She's no longer Zelina Vega.
I know. I saw that the first week when Zelina came out. So I was like, dun, dun, dun. I was like, oh no, they gave him the gimmick. I thought I told you that.
You told me to go watch that entrance and tell you what I saw. I didn't watch that
Yes.
week. She posted it on TikTok and I said, that's
Yeah.
oh, that's Zelina. And then I text you and Tyler and I said, what the fuck? And then it's proceeding like even more, like even with like her photo shoots and stuff like that. Everything is really, really dark now, and I'm just like,
Well,
what are we
Alistair better hope
doing?
he don't get over by himself. Then Triple H is just gonna try to kill him. You know. Oh, can we speak about how LA Knight is on punishment?
I don't give a fuck about LA Knight, but continue.
All right. Well, I'm gonna talk about it then. LA Knight grabbed the sign that said "We want LA Knight, not Jay," on Raw, and ever since then, Triple H has mentally future endeavored this nigga. And I just think it's funny because there's no reason that you would ever have CM Punk go out there and cut a promo with the World Championship and mention JD McDonough before mentioning LA Knight.
Um, that was only last week that he grabbed that sign. So what do you mean future endeavored ever since? That was he grabbed the sign last week.
There was no mention of LA Knight when CM Punk spoke
Because CM
about.
Punk writes his own promos. The people back there don't write Punk's promos. That nigga goes out there
No,
and freestyles.
no,
That's his feelings. I wouldn't want
no,
to fight that nigga either.
no, 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 no. I
Punk
refuse to
literally goes
subscribe
out
to
there
that.
and fucking freestyles his shit, and you can tell that Punk don't go out there with no script. I'm telling you, babe, he don't go
The
out there with no
CM Punk
script.
that the CM Punk that we see right now is not the same CM Punk from before. That is a different CM Punk. That is a variant of CM Punk. Who called that nigga PG Punk? Someone said that to him at some point. I forget. Was it Drew? Somebody did it. That is not the same CM Punk that some of us know and love. What I
That
know
promo
me.
on Monday was
But
100% him. That was not a script.
I don't believe that. I don't think that he was like, yeah, I'm gonna just say JD McDonough. Do I
I
think he thinks JD is a great wrestler? I think so. JD is a great wrestler. But there's no way you win the world championship and you don't mention the person that you just were feuding with before you. LA Knight and CM Punk were just feuding. That's why
don't
LA
want to
Knight should
touch
have won
that
the
nigga
battle royal
no
in the
more
first place.
either. Listen, I jumped off the LA Knight train. Ooh, when did I jump off of that train? Oh, it had to be during his second his US title run, the second one. He was getting too cocky and too nasty because I don't believe that his promos are scripted either until he start fumbling over words. But I just he's I feel like I don't know if it's his character or if it's him himself because he knows his clock is ticking as far as his age goes that he has to get to the top. But it's too cocky and I just I can't do it no more. I had to jump. I had to leap. I gotta do
But
what's better.
that's the problem.
I gotta think about myself. I gotta think about me, Lucius.
All right. All right. There's no reason why CM Punk is mentioning Seth Rollins and not mentioning LA Knight. There's no way he hates LA Knight more than he hates Rollins. There's absolutely no
Who said it's
way in
hate?
common
What if he
sense.
just don't want to fight the motherfucker no more?
So
They've
he
been
wants to
fighting
fight
for two
Rollins?
months.
He fought Rollins for longer. He mentioned Rollins at the end of the promo.
That's a forever fucking feud. I still don't think that they like each other in real fucking life. I don't think that this is
So,
work.
and that's helping more to why you would mention the man who was dissing your wife, nigga, on live television was dissing your wife. You mentioned him before you mentioned the guy that you were feuding with 2 weeks before you won the world championship. It doesn't make any sense. They told him to not mention LA Knight because they were mad that LA Knight grabbed that sign. That's why when the camera went up and they said those signs, the camera panned down to where you only saw LA Knight. You didn't see the J part because the cameraman, Stu, if it was him, he panicked. Triple H was back there. He threw his water bottle. He said, "Oh no." He got mad. And then when LA Knight went back there, they quietly iced him. That's what I think. Does that mean we won't see him on TV for a long? I don't know. To me, that showed me that they were mad at Knight for doing that because I highly doubt it was on script for him to grab the sign that says, "Hey, push
They
me,
probably
not push the guy
they
that Triple H
probably
loves so
told him
much."
to stay. See, but the thing is with signs and stuff like that, If they see a sign in the audience, they will direct the wrestlers to stop in those areas to showcase the signs.
So why didn't the cameraman show the entire sign on camera? Why did he pan up to
Well,
see
obviously,
half
if
the
you
sign?
saw what the fuck shit said,
No,
because
no,
just
no.
like on Saturday, Jay standing in the area next to a sign that says "This guy stinks," and they didn't pan the camera there. It was there the entire time he was fucking eating.
That was a wide shot. There was nowhere to pan. They were showing everyone. There was nowhere to go. The only thing they couldn't do anything else. It was different between a close shot like this and a wide shot of everyone. They had to take that L because they were trying to get the wide shot of everyone eating. There was no place they could go for that small shot. It was the only thing that it was LA Knight walking out. There was nowhere else they could go. They weren't going to do a wide shot of him going down the ramp. They
They've
were
they've
focused on
pan
him.
they've switched angles from the ramp to the ring before.
They didn't do it then.
This glare on my glasses is making my eyes look crazy.
I think they panicked. I think they panicked. They didn't want LA Knight to do that because it's very obvious that LA Knight is trying to make a statement without making a statement, but the crowd is now telling you. See, remember Triple H cares so much about the crowd now. The crowd is telling you, hey, we don't want him right now. We're gonna yeet with him, but we don't want him right now. LA Knight is one of the people who is an anomaly still
But
because he
what
stayed over for all of these years.
but what is LA Knight going to do as champion?
That is the beautiful thing about creative. It's their job to figure that out, not ours. That's the thing that we keep forgetting. Every time this happens, we get the same question. What are they going to do as world champion? They get paid to tell us that. We're the viewer. We're the spectator. It's not our job to do what we did for Cena. It's their job. But the reason they don't do their job, so we have to do it for them, knowing that we're not going to get anything back for it. That's the problem. And the thing is, fans always fall into the same hole. They, this is what I see. Oh, people wanted Jay to be world champion, but when he's world champion, people are angry. Context and context matters in wrestling conversations. From my perspective, I wanted Jay to beat Roman for the Universal Championship in that character he was then. No, run the entrance back. The new tribal chief, Jay Uso, that's who I wanted to beat Roman Reigns. I thought that was a very good character of his. You cannot take what he was doing in 2022 and then move it on to the version of him now and say, oh, you guys wanted him to be world champion. Those are two totally different characters, two totally different world championships, and two totally different creative offices. And we do this every time we have a babyface. Like, if LA Knight were to win the world championship tomorrow, but then they book him to have 4 matches against El Grande Americano week by week by week by week, and the fans start to boo LA Knight, we're not booing LA Knight because we're tired of LA Knight and we're fickle. No, because who run the show are doing a bad job and they're doing it on purpose. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of them putting the belt on LA Knight and then purposely booking him into oblivion to make the fans boo, and then Triple H go out there and say, "Oh, see, we gave him the world championship and y'all booed." No, y'all can't. And they do this move all the time. And the same fans put the wool over their eyes, and then instead of fighting against the people who did it, we fight against each other. And people go on social media, "Oh, LA Knight fans are fickle." No, we're not the problem. When we are the problem, we are the problem. This time right here, we're not. When I say I want LA Knight to be world champion, that doesn't mean put the belt on LA Knight and then book him to have 3 matches against Akira Tozawa, and then
Why the fuck did Tozawa just catch a stray?
because Akira Tozawa should have been in the world title picture, and we all know that. I know Akira. Some people in the world don't even know how good Akira is at wrestling. You know why? Because of booking, not because of me or you or anyone else. It's because of them. So if LA Knight ever wins the world championship, which I don't know if he will, and they book him into oblivion, and the fans start to reject it, we're not rejecting LA Knight as world champion. That's fine. We're rejecting the fact that the creative is booking him to look like a stupid world champion. That's what happened with CM Punk. He's world champion now. Everyone, for the most part, in the live crowds love CM Punk. But I bet you, if they book him in 3 matches against a Grande Americano or something like that, the fans are going to be like, we don't want this anymore. Not because they're fickle, because Triple H is doing it on purpose. And this happens all the time. I don't know how we've watched this happen year after year in multiple different companies, and we keep finding ourselves arguing with each other, calling each other a fickle and whatnot. The same thing that's happened with Cody Rhodes right now. I have no problem with Cody Rhodes being world champion, but I have a problem with you beating Drew McIntyre 4 times in a row and you're not showing anyone else. I have a problem with you having Randy Orton look at the world championship and then do nothing else. So it's not a fact that we're mad at Cody being champion. You put the belt on him and then insisted on putting him lower,
I feel like
making it
they
worse.
write things out, and then like injuries happen, and that they'd never have a backup plan. You should always have a
That too.
backup plan. If this happens, this is where this needs to go, which is why the story with the big three fell the way that it did, and the ending at fucking Evolution wasn't even a real ending. Like honestly, truthfully, they sent her out there to win the women's world title, to separate her, to end that story, but it didn't end properly because again, Bianca's still injured. There's still a story there that needed to fully commence, but they didn't have a proper plan for it. And I feel like that's another thing that's going on right now with Kevin Owens being hurt and Cody getting the title back. There was like everything's up in the air. Like there's always a missing piece in, especially in the SmackDown stories, because I feel like that's where like most of the injuries and stuff happens. They happen on fucking Friday, and then they put in all the focus on Netflix and Monday nights. That now that there's holes in SmackDown, the show is just suffering for it. And there was no draft. They're just gonna call people up, but those calling people up isn't going to fill those gaps. We need fresher faces for fresher feuds to for every fucking body. For Cody, for Jade, for Julia, for Ilya. Well, we can start the 7 game series with Ilya and fucking Mello now. Like now. Like we don't like there's nothing for the champions. The women's tag titles, they're doing the things. They're going to all three, and they're working. I think that's the only story that doesn't have a hole in it. And then the men's tag team titles on SmackDowns. What the fuck are the Wyatts doing? Y'all took them off the
I'm just being looked
profits.
at
For what?
MFTs,
Yeah? It's not.
which is also hilarious, but
Stuff ain't hitting the way that it's supposed to be hitting. And I do blame the pen in charge over on the Blue Brand. Mr. Oh, you didn't know? Because clearly you don't fucking know. So go ahead and put that job listing up, and I'll be in Stanford by tomorrow.
I just think Donald Trump should give Triple H what he wants so bad, and that's a position in his cabinet as his top ass kisser, so we can get the entire creative team and move them over to Washington, and then Gorilla will be empty, and then that's when I will take over, and myself and my army will bring this company to prominence once again. Long live the king. King is me, by the way. And stop showing me credits at the end of the show like this is a damn sitcom. I don't want to see a bad episode of SmackDown and just say I wrote it at the end of it. With Paul Levesque and Lee. Who's Lee Fitting? I don't know who that is. Fuck Lee. Fuck Lee. I don't know who Lee Fitting is. I don't care to know who Lee Fitting is. Fuck him.
Well, I want to know, so I'm about to
You
look
know,
it up.
it's gonna be some just random dude with a suit on. I'm Lee. So you're the reason why these shows suck. Okay, great. I know another person I need to yell at. Triple H, Road Dogg, and Lee Fitting. I hate all of you. All of you need to be unemployed by tomorrow.
He's a senior vice president of production for ESPN.
I need him to get impeached.
Oh, wait. I'm not reading that. but it says that he was fired from ESPN prior to joining WWE.
So ESPN dropped him, and Triple H said, "Up, that looks like opportunity. Let's pick up the guy who they got fired for
I'm
saying
not
he
gonna
shouldn't
say
be
what he
there."
got fired for. So
What do you
anything
mean?
else? Do you want to do a tier list video for the YouTube channel with that one list that I gave you? But it'll be both of our opinions in it together
We're
because
going
we
to
did our
argue.
own separate lists. Hmm?
We're going to argue over that.
Not really. No, we're not.
Yes, really.
Because I know where you're gonna want to put Nikita, and we're gonna have to find a common ground. So she's gonna have to go in the middle.
Solo's gonna have to go at the bottom. See where our conundrum comes in.
Well, it skipped out, so it said Solo's gonna have to go, and then like it stopped, and then it said bottom. So, I just was looking at my picture of me and him, and in the background.
2D, 2D bottom.
But I just put her in the middle. So, why does he have to go at the bottom?
Because he sucks.
Common ground. She does too. They just put two black women with her
I
to elevate the fact that
I
she be cosplaying
believe in the
black.
Shield. I believe in the Shield is what I say to that.
Brand new mouse, by the way. Act like it don't want to work. So do you have anything else you want to say? Also, get Callie Armstrong off of fucking Evolve. Y'all gave that white woman that title. It is time to put her on NXT.
No, these sheets come to WWE and beat Becky just for the fuck of it. No, this Maxine Dupree shit out of here. AJ and come back, cool. Bring Callie in there and squash her, Bianca Belair style. Then have all her fans tell me that she'll be okay. Fuck that shit. Actually, I want to see a Callie and Becky retirement match. If Becky loses, she retires. If Becky wins, she retires, and then we just go home from there.
Like that fucking WrestleMania list, winner and loser both retire.
No. Only Becky. That's the prompt in the contract. Win or lose, no matter what, you're going home, Berkeley. So just, no matter what, you might as well just drop the belt now.
Anyway, well, we can do some videos for the YouTube channel. This podcast will be out today. What's today? It's Friday. Podcast will be out today. What's up?
Wrestlers that we should make 3 tiers: safe, future endeavored, and AEW.
That'll work for that. Okay, we can do that.
We're wishing for the downfall, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're wishing for the future endeavor of superstars." Yes, I am. What you gonna do? It's a YouTube video. Get over it, nigga. It's like that.
Well, this has
That's all I
been
can say.
nigga. This has been another episode of the Wrasslin Room. Take over for the ending, sir.
If you enjoyed this commentary today, make sure to give any kind of positive feedback, negative feedback, any feedback is fine. Um, Share it to anyone that you know enjoys wrestling commentary, conversations, or Carmelo Hayes, things of that nature. Um, yeah. Anywhere that you're watching this and you can leave a comment, give us some prompts for certain things that you want to speak about on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't nobody recapping the show no more. The show sucks. So if you like anything about even like the past, you know what I'm saying? Um, Always feel free to leave feedback whenever you can. Uh, and if it's not talked about in the podcast, we'll probably make a YouTube video about it too. Either way, the two of us will speak about it in some way, shape, or form. Um, if it makes sense, don't put no goofy shit on there. Don't put no goofy shit on there. Ain't nobody booking no Brock Lesnar dream matches, nigga. So don't put that shit on there. I thank y'all for all the support. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that's all I got.
All right. And this week I am wearing my jersey from fansid.com.
To that.
And I know you guys saw in the last episode that they have basketball jersey, but they also have baseball jerseys, and it's ombre. I have on pants, YouTube. Um, so and on the back, you can get your numbers and things like that. You can get things placed on your arms. You can get a number on the front. However, I didn't want anything on the front because I wanted the Wrasslin Room to be the focal point. So I put the year that the podcast was created on the back, along with my name. So y'all go ahead over to fanideas.com. Use promo code WrasslingRM for 10% off of your purchase. And it seems like you guys have been using it. So keep doing so. And that'll be it for us. If you're on YouTube watching this, like, comment, and subscribe. And we are going to actually head over to YouTube and do a full video over there. And we're going to bullshit and have some fun. It ain't going to be no structure. And we are going to probably argue. So y'all go over there to the Wrasslin Room on YouTube and subscribe. And we'll see you guys hopefully next week, because he'll be here next week. So I'm off on Friday, so we probably will come here and have some fun, and then maybe we'll have a vlog. We'll vlog Saturday.
All right.
Goodbye.